What is up, guys? Welcome back into the channel. I'm Brandon Satterwhite, and the Kansas City Royals just called up, I think, the number 6 overall prospect in Major League Baseball, Jac Caglianone. One of my favorite prospects, the first baseman, can also play right field. He's got enormous power. I think he was one of the top picks in last year's draft. I think he was number 6 overall last year. But he's a guy I'm really excited about. So today I wanted to simulate his entire career in MLB The Show and see just how good he's going to end up being. He's 69 overall. He has B potential. Lefty, got great pop already. Decent fielding, 51 speed's all right for a first baseman. He is up in the majors in this roster, so let's see how he does. And we're going to set everything to auto. I won't be controlling anything. I won't be doing anything in this. It's going to be just a pure sim of Jac's career. And lineup-wise, they do have him here at DH. Of course, he is a two-way player somewhat. You know, he pitched in college, but I don't think the Royals are using him as a two-way player, but he does have a history of pitching, so I'm curious if later on in his career, if he may try being a two-way player, if he may switch to being a pitcher, if he doesn't do great as a hitter. Of course, he's going to do great as a hitter. I mean, he's got incredible pop, and I actually got to go see him for my birthday. He was playing in Double-A. The Kansas City Royals Double-A team is close to where I live, so I got to go see him, and for my birthday, he hit a double off the wall in his first at-bat that we all thought was going to be a home run, but it just bounced off the top of the wall for a double. And then sadly, before his next at-bat, the game got rained out. But at least I got to see him play. I got to take a picture of him. I'll put the picture here on the screen so y'all can see it. But it was really cool that I got to see this guy play in the minors, and I hope he has a great Major League career, and hopefully he does great in this simulation. But let's start simulating his rookie year and see how he does. All right, so we're at the All-Star break, and Jac is having a great season. Through 86 games, he has 20 doubles, 18 homers. He's hitting .282, a .324 on base, .513 slug, .837 OPS, and already 1.1 WAR. And he was selected as an All-Star, so he made the All-Star team as a rookie, which is very impressive. Bobby Witt Jr. is having an all-right year, but, I mean, Jac is really carrying this team so far, which is really cool to see. All right, so end of season 1, the Royals go exactly 500, 81-81. That's not good enough to make the postseason, sadly. But let's see how Jac did in his first year. First off, Bobby Witt Jr. kind of came back down to earth a little bit after a great 2024, but still put up pretty good numbers. 7.2 WAR, still an .825 OPS. 42 doubles, 24 homers, 41 stolen bases. But Jac Caglianone, okay, kind of fell off a little bit in the second half, but still a very, very good rookie season. 136 games, 135 hits, 27 doubles, 3 triples, 26 home runs, 99 RBIs, 143 strikeouts, a .254 average, .310 on base, .463 slug, so it did fall quite a bit in the second half of the season. A .773 OPS, and no WAR on the year, but he does win Rookie of the Year. Way to go, Jac. So that is a big accomplishment for him there. And he's all the way up to a 74 overall. He progressed quite a bit there in his first year. So, yeah, hopefully the Royals can add some pieces around him and Bobby Witt and turn this into a really good team, because they've got some pieces here. Hopefully they can turn it into something. And the Orioles end up beating the Phillies in the 2025 World Series. The Phillies might make the World Series this year. I don't know if the Orioles are in real life. And it looks like the Royals have signed Cedric Mullins away from the Orioles. So there's a free agent signing there. All right, we're here at the start of Season 2. The team looks fairly similar. They did add Cedric Mullins, who was pretty good last year for Baltimore. They added Kyle Schwarber, who hit 32 home runs for Philly last year. Carlos Estevez is still here. Let's see if there's anyone else notable. Dylan Moore comes over from the Mariners in free agency. Yeah, most of the team looks pretty similar. We do have Jac Caglianone here, still at a 74 overall, and he is starting as the DH, but does not play against lefties. Interesting. Okay, let's see how we do this year. All right, we're at the All-Star break here, and I don't see Jac anywhere. Did he get hurt? He's not hurt. Where is Jac? Why is he... Am I just missing him in the lineup? Oh, yeah, I was just missing him. Okay. He's still not playing against lefties. He's played in 80 games so far this year. Ooh, and has definitely taken a step back. 10 doubles, 10 home runs, a 239 average, an OPS below 700, and he's actually has negative WAR on the year. So definitely not doing as well as he did his rookie year. Hopefully he can turn things around in the second half of the season. And the Royals are 13 games back in their division and 5.5 back of the wild card here at the All-Star break. So probably not making the postseason this season. The team took a bit of a step backwards this year, 78 and 84. Again, we don't make the postseason. Let's go see how Jack did this year. First off, Bobby Witt, still putting up great numbers. 26 homers, 15 stolen bases, 40 doubles, a 295 average, 884 OPS, and 7.2 WAR. He's 3 straight 7+ WAR seasons, already at 26 WAR at age 25. But Jack kind of turned it around in the second half. Actually really did. 133 games, 128 hits, 20 doubles, 21 homers, 76 RBIs. Okay, higher on base percentage than his rookie year, but a lower slug, 744 OPS, and negative .1 WAR. So actually a very similar year to his rookie season there. No more awards this year. He's still progressing. He's up to a 77 overall. His power against lefties did go down, probably because he wasn't playing against lefties this year. Cedric Mullins, the big addition, did all right. Actually did really good in 817 OPS. Schwarber hit 43 homers for us this year. Golly, the pitching must have just been awful for this team. Yeah, it probably wasn't great, but man, we should have done better than that with how good our team was hitting. Tigers beat the Padres in the 2026 World Series. So let's go on to Season 3 and see how things look as Max Scherzer enters the Hall of Fame. All right, so going into Season 3, the team pretty much looks the same. They brought in Thairo Estrada, it looks like. But Jack is still the DH, now batting against both righties and lefties, so he'll probably get more games this year, hopefully, and give him a chance to kind of pad his stats a little bit more and maybe, kind of take off and finally get, above an 80 overall and such. Well, let's get to simulate and see how Season 3 goes for him. All right, All-Star break of Season 3. Bobby Witt Jr. is still doing really good, by the way. Awesome to see. Jack doing great this year. 97 games, 18 doubles, 21 homers, already matches what he did all of last year. 58 RBIs, a 275 average, 340 on base, 521 slug, 861 OPS, 1.4 WAR already on the year. The numbers are going up. Was not selected to the All-Star game this year, sadly. But he's having another great season, and the team is 19 games back of the Guardians. But we're probably not that far yet. We're only 2 games out of a wildcard spot, so maybe we can finally make the postseason here in year 3. All right, so for the 3rd year in a row, we don't make the postseason. We finish 82 and 80, so finally finish above 500. But again, we do not make the postseason. Let's go see how we did this year. Also, Bobby Witt Jr., 44 doubles, only 17 homers, 23 stolen bases, 870 OPS, and 8.1 WAR. He's up to 34 WAR at age 26, which is crazy. Schwarber hits another 31 homers. He's at 390 in his career, about to hit 400 next year. But now Jac Caglianone, 162 games as our DH, 29 doubles, 32 homers, 101 RBIs, a 271 average, 339 on base, 498 slug, 837 OPS, 1.8 WAR on the year. He's up to an 80 overall. That power against righties just continues to climb. Aaron Judge has won MVP. But yeah, another year of not making the postseason. So this team definitely needs to make some changes here soon. Or else Bobby Witt and Jac Caglianone may want to, move on to other teams where they have better chances of competing for titles as Clayton Kershaw enters the Hall of Fame. But let's see what they do here in the offseason. All right, so going into year 4, the team is kind of not changed a whole lot. We brought in Sandy Alcantara, who actually hasn't been starting the last few years in Miami and has not been great, so that'll be interesting to see. But Jac Caglianone now up to an 80 overall, going into his 4th season, and they've got him still at DH with Pasquantino over at first, who has been playing well, by the way, so having both of these guys is pretty cool. But let's see how year 4 goes for him. Hopefully he can repeat what he did in 2027. All right, we're at the All-Star break of Season 4. Bobby Witt, again, playing amazing. Schwarber has now hit over 400 career home runs, and Jac Caglianone having a phenomenal season. A 261 average through 96 games, 18 doubles, already 26 home runs, 83 RBIs, and 848 OPS, 520 slug, and he's already put up 1 WAR as a DH this year. He did get selected to his second All-Star game this year. He's up to an 82 overall, one of the best sluggers in the major leagues. So let's see if we can finally make the postseason. We're well above 500 at this point. We're 11.5 back of the Guardians in the Central, but we're tied for the final wildcard spot. So this is going to be interesting coming down the stretch. All right, there we go. Finally, we won 91 games this year. We've made the postseason as a wildcard team. We'll be taking on our division rival, the Detroit Tigers, in the first round of the playoffs. Let's go see how the team did this year. Bobby Witt, bit of a down year for him, actually. Played all 162, 43 doubles, only 16 homers, 21 stolen bases. Yeah, that power just hasn't come along like we thought it would after, you know, he hit 32 in 2024. 762 OPS, way down for him. Still put up 5.7 WAR. He's at almost 40 WAR at age 27, which is amazing. He won a Gold Glove this year. He was an All-Star this year, so he's still doing good. Kyle Schwarber hit 25 homers. He's at 415 career homers now. And Jac Caglianone, oh my gosh, 162 games, 33 doubles, 43 home runs, 121 RBIs, a 270 average, 336 on base, 535 slug, 871 OPS, put up 2.2 WAR as a DH. And he won MVP? He won MVP! Oh my gosh. Jac Caglianone is the American League MVP. Also gets him his first Silver Slugger award. He was the home run champion this year. Wow, Jack wins an MVP before Bobby Witt. That is wild. But yeah, he's definitely a superstar now at 84 overall, 25 years old. Definitely a superstar. And now let's see how things go here at Detroit in the playoffs. Game 1, we win. Game 2, Chris Bubich on the mound against former Royal Jack Flaherty. We lose. Game 3, we lose, so we get eliminated from the postseason. Let's see how Jack did. He hit 455 in 11 at-bats, no home runs and no RBIs, though. But we finally got a taste of the playoffs. Hopefully this is something we can build on here moving forward. And Jack still has a couple of more years of arbitration before he can hit free agency in 2031. It'll be interesting to see if the Royals elect to sign him long-term soon. Oh, there we go. That's a huge signing. Yordan Alvarez signs with us. 8 years, $271 million. I'm curious if they'll leave Jack at DH or if they'll put Yordan there and move Jack to first base. That'll be interesting to see. We also signed Christopher Sanchez, 89 overall. Okay, so the Royals are definitely going all out here, trying to capitalize on their new MVP. All right, going into Season 5, this team is actually looking really good. We have a rookie that we've called up, Lewis Knight, who they drafted in 2026. Great contact, great fielder. Only 21 years old with B potential. He's going to be really good for us. Then we have Bobby Witt at short. Yordan Alvarez, who we brought in. Jack's now playing first. O'Neal Cruz is playing center. I guess we signed him in free agency as well. Yeah, we signed him to a fat deal. Same thing with Yordan. Good grief. And then you still have Bobby Witt. Are they going to have the money to re-sign Jack is the question now. I don't know if they will. Freddie Fermin is still the catcher. Otto Lopez, who they traded for last year, is at second. He'll be a free agent after this year. Cedric Mullins is now DHing, I guess, and he's still on a fat contract. And then Aaron Schunk, who played 123 games last year for us, is at third. So let's see how Jack follows up his MVP season with a much better team around him. Do we finally make a run at a possible World Series? Let's see. All right, so here we are at the midway point of Season 5. Let's see how everyone is doing. Bobby Witt Jr. is back to his old self. 30 doubles, 14 homers, 24 stolen bases, hitting above 300, a 902 OPS. He's already put up 5.3 WAR this year. He's at 45 career WAR now so far this year. Andrew Rogers, who is a center fielder, is playing DH for us for some reason. I don't see Oh, Jack's injured. So that's why he's out of the lineup at the moment. But he's played 84 games, 17 homers, 18 RBIs, a 293 average, 887 OPS, and 2.4 WAR so far on the year. He did not get selected to the All-Star game this year. Jordan is doing great. 29 homers, 313 average. He's one-dotting it. 4.2 WAR on the year. Junior Severino is playing first while Jack is injured. O'Neal Cruz, 86 games, 15 doubles, 22 homers, 12 stolen bases, 892 OPS, and 3.9 WAR on the year. We also traded for Chase DeLauder from the Guardians. I'm weird that they would trade him in the division. He's not been doing great. We'll see if he can turn it around. His stats are good, so hopefully he gets some playing time out there and right. But we are only 4.5 back of the Tigers in the division, and we do currently hold the second wild card. So let's see how the rest of the season goes for us. So with all of those additions this year, we did take a step back, went 84-78, and missed the playoffs. So went all in and still missed. Lewis Knight, 41 games as a rookie, 257 average, only 8 stolen bases, 742 OPS. And not great. Bobby Witt Jr., 159 games, 47 doubles, 22 homers, 281 average, 837 OPS, 7.3 WAR. He's now at 47 career WAR. Another All-Star appearance, another Gold Glove there. Jordan, 160 games, 41 doubles, 43 homers, which I think is his career high now. Yeah, it is. 329 average, 1 OPS, puts up 8.4 WAR, and wins himself an MVP. He was an All-Star, got a Silver Slugger, a batting title, home run champion. Did he get a triple crown? Jack only played in 139 games this year, but still had a really good year. 26 doubles, 33 homers, 101 RBIs, a 291 average, 905 OPS, which is a career high for him. And he put up 4.4 WAR on the year, and he got another Silver Slugger award. O'Neal Cruz, 146 games, 24 doubles, 34 homers, 865 OPS, and put up 6 WAR. So all of that, and we could not make the postseason. I mean, our pitching staff was pretty good too. Like, I don't know what happened. We just ended up missing out, just fell back behind the Guardians, and then missed out on the wild card by 2 games there. Jordan led the league in a lot of stuff. He led the league in batting average, led the league with 201 hits, led in home runs and RBI, so he did get the triple crown. Okay, very nice. Good job, Jordan. Jack was 5th in RBIs, and then O'Neal Cruz was tied for 5th in homers. Jack was 8th with 33. Yeah, Jack gets his second career Silver Slugger award, the first since his rookie year, I believe. But we don't make the playoffs, so we have to hopefully see what happens in the offseason. Because Jack, only has 1 more year of arbitration. So he's going to be hitting free agency in another year or so, as Jose Altuve goes into the Hall of Fame there. And Paul Skeens goes to the Tigers, our division rival. The Tigers are just buying everyone and Tyler Soderstrom, and they had just gotten Gunnar last offseason. Good grief. All right, going into year 6, things look pretty similar. Zach Geloff has brought in to play second. Wilyer Abreu is playing right. And then Patrick Bailey is behind the dish. So hopefully things go better for us here this year than they did last year. As after this season, Jack's a free agent. And, he'll be an MVP, Rookie of the Year, home run champ on the market at age 28. So he will command a big contract. Going to be interesting to see who ends up grabbing him. All right, we're at the All-Star break again. Lewis Knight having a much better second year, hitting 285 with a 753 OPS as our leadoff guy. Bobby Witt still doing Bobby Witt things. 1 OPS, already has 5.7 WAR on the year. Jordan doing Jordan things. And Jack, bit of a rough year for him. 86 games, 16 homers, 16 doubles. 50 RBIs, only a 239 average, 744 OPS. Not what you want to see going into a contract year. He's actually starting to regress a little bit. Not what you want to see. We did trade for Luis Robert, it seems. So maybe that helps. We are leading the division right now, which is crazy. And the Tigers are out of the wild card. So we need to make sure we keep that hold on the division. because it may be hard to grab a wild card this year. All right, here we go. We bounce back big this year. We win 96 games, the most we've won in the video so far. We won the division for the first time in Jac's career, and we'll be taking on the A's in the ALDS, so we have a first-round bye. And we won the AL wildcard series. I guess I accidentally simulated, and we'll be taking on the Mariners in the ALDS. I didn't mean to keep simulating. Why did it keep simulating? Sorry, I did not mean for it to simulate all of that. We got eliminated by the Mariners in 5 in the ALDS. Sorry about that. I don't know why it did that. But let's look at people's stats from this season. Ooh, Bobby Witt starting to regress big time. But still had a good year. 851 OPS, 6.8 WAR. He's at 54 WAR at only 29 years old. Another All-Star appearance, another Gold Glove. Also won a Silver Slugger. Jordan, 159 games, 38 doubles, 34 homers, a 310 average, 944 OPS, 6.1 WAR. Another Silver Slugger, another All-Star appearance for him. Jac Caglianone, 143 games, 28 doubles, 30 homers, 254 average, 798 OPS, and 2.1 WAR on the year. No awards for him this year, but he is going to be a free agent now, and we'll see how that goes for him. The Reds end up beating the Mariners in the 2030 World Series, so let's see what ends up happening here. As Marcell Ozuna and Freddie Freeman both go into the Hall of Fame, Freddie Freeman does end up getting 3,000 career hits, also 451 career homers. Ozuna gets 445 career homers. So it is official that Jac Caglianone is officially a free agent now, and we'll have to see what ends up happening with him. Jared Jones goes to the Mariners. Jackson Holiday signs a deal with the Orioles. Junior Caminero goes to the Mariners. We're just waiting to see where Jack ends up. And Jac Caglianone has re-signed with the Royals, only getting $16.7 million a year on a 4-year deal. So this is not the big deal we were expecting for the former MVP and home run champion. I guess being only an 86 overall kind of hurt his price. Also, you know, he didn't have a great season this last year, so maybe the Royals were like, do we want to give him that big contract? Or maybe he just wanted to stay in Kansas City and, you know, compete with this team, you know, compete with Bobby, compete with Jordan. And he knew he had to take a pay cut in order to do that, especially with us getting like Luis Robert, getting Zach Geloff, Wilyer Abreu. Like, these guys are making a lot of money, so there wasn't much. So if Jack wanted to come back, he had to take a pay cut, and it looks like that's what he did to try to chase a ring here in Kansas City. All right, going into another year, the lineup looks pretty unchanged from last year. This will be Jack's 7th season in the big leagues. He did get the big contract. So let's see how he does in year 7. All right, midway point of the season, Bobby Witt kind of struggling, 734 OPS on the year, and he's down to an 87 overall at only 30 years old. Looks like that regression is still an issue here in MLB The Show, unlike what they said. 96 games, 28 homers for Jordan, 1. OPS still, 5.1 WAR. He is absolutely killing it. How many career he's at? He passed 400 career home runs this season, so he's at 409 now on the year. Dang, Jack just regressing across the board. 84 games, only 13 homers, a 212 average, 647 OPS, and negative 1.2 WAR. He has been awful this year. Dang, hate to see that. We're 10 games back in the division, and we're 2.5 back in the wild card. Dang, this team might not be as good as we had hoped. Yeah, huge step back. We finished below 500, missed the playoffs this year. And Bobby Witt Jr. down to an 86 overall, 44 doubles still. He has over 400 career doubles, a 266 average, 761 OPS. He did put up 3.6 WAR, so he's at 57.6 WAR at age 30, so he's probably on a Hall of Fame track at this point. Jordan, 158 games, 44 homers. He's now at 425 career homers, 975 OPS, 6.6 WAR. He's at 61.3 WAR. He's on a Hall of Fame track. He wins another MVP, his second of the video. But Jack, man, 138 games, 19 doubles, 24 homers, 222 average, a 679 OPS, negative 1.7 WAR. He doesn't even have 10 WAR in his career yet. And man, this is just starting to get disappointing here. Hopefully he can turn it around next year, man. And Mike Trout ends up entering the Hall of Fame in 2031. 2,300 career hits, 521 career homers, and 255 career stolen bases. Oof, and it looks like the team is starting to sell. Bobby Witt Jr. gets traded to the Angels for Hunter Brown, Maikel Garcia, and Oswald Peraza. Wow, was not expecting that. All right, so Bobby Witt Jr. is officially gone. Maikel Garcia comes back to the Royals after, we traded him away back in 2028. He's been doing all right, I guess, been an all-star the last couple of years. And let's see if Jack can turn it around. He's at an 82 overall. He's 29 years old, going into his 8th big league season. He's sitting at just over 200 career homers and less than 10 career WAR. He has an 804 career OPS. Hopefully he can turn things around and get things going here in the back part of his career. All right, at the All-Star game, Yordan is still killing it. He's starting to regress at age 34, but hitting 23 homers, 314 average, 945 OPS, 2.5 WAR on the year. He's still doing good. Jack definitely having a better year this year. 82 games, 18 doubles, 16 homers, 252 average, 741 OPS. Not great, not where he was, but definitely better than last year. Good grief. All right, so at the end of the season, we went 76 and 86, 10 games below 500 here. Let's see how we did on the year. Yordan had another really good year, 33 homers, 919 OPS. How many career homers is he at now? He's at 458, and he had 5 WAR. He's at 66.3 WAR. He was an all-star, got another Silver Slugger this year. Jac Caglianone, 136 games, 29 doubles, 27 home runs, 249 average, 751 OPS. Definitely better than what we saw last year. Also added 0.8 WAR this year. No awards for him, sadly. And he is regressed down to an 81 overall. Mookie Betts goes into the Hall of Fame. 2,400 career hits, 400 home runs, and 275 stolen bases. Yeah, the team is starting to sell off. So we've traded Yordan here. We traded Kris Bubic earlier in the offseason. So it looks like the Royals are selling it right now and trying to rebuild. Jack is still on the team as far as we know, so it'll be interesting to see if he ends up moving on somewhere else or if he finishes off his career here in Kansas City. All right, so we're at the All-Star break in 2033 after we traded away, Yordan Alvarez and Kris Bubic. Somehow we're 1.5 up in the division. And Jack has completely turned it around. He's still regressing down to a 79 overall, but 92 games. He's got 21 homers, a 263 average, OPS around 800. He's got 0.9 WAR on the year playing first base. I don't know how it's happening. Maybe he turns it around and starts doing pretty good. I'm hoping that he can kind of revive his career here after a couple of down seasons. Okay, we sell off all of our regress players and we win 94 games. We win our division. We're taking on the winner of the wild card game. And we don't have a ton of great players, but Jack had a really good year, down to a 78 overall, but 158 games, 26 doubles, 34 homers, 107 RBIs, his most since his 2028 MVP season, a 759 OPS. He put up half WAR on the year. He's a home run champion this year in 2033. 34 home runs makes him the home run champ, or does that mean he won the home run derby? Oh, yeah, 34 home runs led the American League this year? Wow, down year for home runs this year. Good grief. Jack finished second for the Silver Slugger there at first base. Okay, let's see how we do here in the postseason. We'll be facing the A's, the divisional series. We lose game 1, win game 2, win game 3, and we win game 4. We're in the ALDS against the Baltimore Orioles. Here we go. Do we have a chance to finally make a run at the World Series? Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we lose. So it's 2-2. Now it's 3-2. 1 win away from the World Series. And we do it. We trade away Yordan. We trade Kris Bubic. We let Cole Reagans go. We trade Bobby Witt. And we're in the World Series against the Miami Marlins. Oh my gosh. This is getting crazy. All right, Marlins. Game 1, we win. Game 2, we lose. Game 3, we lose. Game 4, we win. 2-2, best of 3 here. We lose. We got to win out if we want the ring. And we don't. We lose in the World Series to the Marlins. How did Jack do in the playoffs this year? Hit 279, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. I mean, not bad at all. Playoff MVP goes to Lewis Knight, who hit 379 with 4 home runs. He's turning into a really good player. 89 overall. A Hank Aaron Award, 3-time All-Star, playoff MVP. Like, he developed into a really good player. So let's see what we do here in the off season. All right, so I accidentally simmed past it, but the Nationals traded Anthony Mahoney to the Royals for Jac Caglianone. So Jack is now a Washington National. Let's see how this team looks. And we've got some good players. Felipe Alez, 95 overall, 25-year-old. Really good player. Won Rookie of the Year in 2031. So will Jack have a chance to start? He will be the starting first baseman, it looks like. So hopefully maybe he gets a bit of a career renaissance over there after a bit of a change of scenery. So here's what this national team looks like. You've got Bo Bichette at short, Jason Dominguez out and left at a 79 overall, Vincent Yee at third base, 24-year-old. So a lot of good young players on this team. The 95 overall Felipe Alez, Jac Caglianone at first, batting fifth, now down to a 78 overall after a pretty good bounce-back season there. This is the final year of his contract, so he'll be a free agent after this year. You've got Francisco Alvarez, Luis Robert Jr. comes over with us as well from Kansas City. There's Joe Adell on the bench. You've got Hunter Green, Jackie Bowser, so a decent rotation. I'm curious if this lineup's good enough to get us to the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see. All right, midway point of the season. Felipe Alez not looking great, but Jack's doing all right. I mean, he's down to a 75 overall, still regressing at 31 years old, 96 games, 15 doubles, 20 homers with 57 RBIs, 255 average, 454 slug, 752 OPS, and .9 WAR on the year. And he made his first All-Star game since 2028, so back in the All-Star game in his first year as a National, first time on the NL All-Star team. So sadly, the Nationals were not a very good team, finished 71-91, 28 games back in the East, and then way back in the wild card. They were 12 games back in the wild card. Their top guy, Felipe Alez, only hit 236, had a 766 OPS this year. Vincent Yee, their great third baseman, 24 homers, 787 OPS. Not great. Let's see where we find Jac Caglianone, all the way down to a 74 overall. Played all 162, 29 doubles, 32 homers, 96 RBIs, 755 OPS, put up 1.1 WAR. He's now at 11 career WAR, and he won a Silver Slugger this year. So, he had a very good first year there in Washington, but now he's down to a 74. Will he find a team to take a chance on him? And in the 2034, Shohei Ohtani, Jose Ramirez, and Manny Machado all go into the Hall of Fame. All of them have over 500 career home runs. All of them have over 2,300 hits. And then Ohtani had 407 stolen bases. J-Ram had 358 stolen bases. Very interesting. Definitely worthy Hall of Famers there. And Jac Caglianone signed a one-year deal, $5.4 million deal with the Rockies, and he's in AAA right now. The former MVP is in AAA, coming off a All-Star Silver Slugger year, but he's only a 74 overall now at 32 years old. This looks like a decent team. Jackson Holiday's here. He won an All-Star Game MVP, multiple-time All-Star, 248 career homers, 1,600 career hits. He's had a pretty good career. They've got Tyler Black in front of him, as well as Davician de los Santos in front of Jack. So I don't know if he's going to get called up to play any this year. And this could be the end of his big league career. Wow, now Jack is all the way down in Single A. Has not been to the bigs this year. And is down to a 72 overall. I'm afraid this is the end of it for Jac Caglianone. We'll probably sim to the end of his career. And I'll let y'all know if anything happens. All right, so at the start of the 2039 season, Jack Still hasn't officially retired. He's 36 years old at a 55 overall. Hasn't played since 2034, so we're going to call it here for the video. Jac Caglianone played 10 seasons of Major League Baseball. Exactly 10 seasons. Played over 1,400 career games, had 1,400 hits, 266 doubles, 21 triples, 302 home runs, 953 RBIs, 1,500 strikeouts, 42 stolen bases, had a 257 career batting average, a 319 on base, 469 slug, and a 788 career OPS. He had 11 career WAR. Won an MVP in 2028, won Rookie of the Year in 2025, had 3 All-Star appearances, 3 Silver Sluggers, and twice led the league in home runs. I think that 85 overall was the highest overall he ever got. He got to play in 1 World Series, but missed the playoffs most of his career. I probably should have put the potential higher than an 85. I'll probably do that if I do any more of these player career simulations, but that's going to do it for this video, y'all. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like, because it does help out with the whole YouTube algorithm thing, and get down in the comments, let me know, are there any other players you want me to do career simulations with? Do you want me to simulate another prospect? I could, do a legend and throw them into a roster and, simulate their career. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Also, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.